And there are many foods that we eat that we think are good for us, but although they aren't. There's two pesky types of foods out there that's directly tied into cardiovascular issues. Plaquing that's affecting the arteries, that's blocking off blood supply, oxygen.
Let's talk about the best meal that you could eat to help reduce plaquing in your arteries.
We all know that what we eat affects how we feel, but what you might not know is that some of the foods you think are healthy are actually damaging your arteries. There are two everyday foods that could be quietly blocking your blood flow and increasing your risk of heart problems. Most people have no idea these foods are the culprits. The purpose of this video is really to wake everyone up. In today's video, we're going to reveal two surprising foods that might be hurting your arteries. And make sure you stick around until the end, because we'll also share the best foods that can actually help reverse the damage and keep your arteries clear. But before we talk about those two foods, let's take a moment to understand what's happening in the background and how our arteries can get damaged. It all starts with a process called atherosclerosis, where plaque builds up inside the arteries. This plaque is a mix of fat, cholesterol, calcium, and other stuff. Over time, if we eat a lot of unhealthy foods like those high in sugar, saturated fats, or processed ingredients, it can lead to plaque formation. When the plaque builds up, it can make the artery walls thicker and stiffer, which makes it narrow, and it isn't good because our blood needs to flow freely. This narrowing can lead to high blood pressure and even heart disease. And if the plaque bursts, it can form a blood clot. A clot then can block blood flow completely, which might cause a heart attack or stroke. Now that we understand how our arteries can get harmed, let's check out the first food you really should think twice about: margarine and vegetable oils.
And don't be surprised about our margarine and vegetable oils. Yes, these are potentially artery clogging ingredients, and there are definitely many health risks behind this.
You might be surprised to hear this, but these ingredients can be pretty bad for your arteries. Many people don't realize the health risks that come with them. So, what's the deal? It all boils down to trans fats. These are created when liquid oils are turned into solid fats, like margarine and shortening. While they might seem like a convenient choice for cooking and baking, they can do some serious damage to your heart health. Research shows that trans fats can lower our good cholesterol, known as HDL, high-density lipoprotein, while raising the bad cholesterol, or LDL, low-density lipoprotein. When our HDL levels drop, it means we have less of the good stuff that helps clear out the bad cholesterol from our arteries. A study published in the American Journal of Public Health found that just 2% of daily calories from trans fats could increase the risk of heart disease by about 23%. As LDL levels continue to rise, they start to accumulate in our arteries, leading to potential clogging. Over time, this can create more plaque buildup, which is not what we want. In fact, a study in the Journal of the American Heart Association found that higher trans fat intake is linked to a greater risk of heart disease.
And yes, people who eat butter are shied away from it because their doctors have told them, stay away from butter.
And you know, a lot of people have been told to stay away from butter because doctors warn about saturated fat and its link to plaque buildup. But grass-fed butter is actually really healthy. It's okay to enjoy saturated fats like this because they're natural and not processed. However, you should definitely watch out for partially hydrogenated oils like sunflower, peanut, corn, and canola oils. These oils oxidize quickly when heated, which can lead to inflammation. They're packed with omega-6 fatty acids, and the problem is that we already get way too many omega-6s in our diets. These can cause inflammation, which contributes to plaque forming in our arteries. It's not just about cholesterol and saturated fats. Oxidized bad cholesterol is also a big culprit in inflammation. This triggers a chain reaction in our bodies, sending in white blood cells to try to fix the issue. But in the process, they can end up causing more damage to the arteries. That's why it's a good idea to supplement with omega-3s. They have antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties that help improve the health of the endothelial cells lining our blood vessels. Omega-3s can help counteract the effects of those omega-6s, reducing and even reversing the buildup of atherosclerotic plaque in our arteries. Now let's talk about another surprising food that many people wouldn't expect: artificial sweeteners.
And the other unexpected food that many of us wouldn't believe are artificial sweeteners. And it's being used by the millions and millions worldwide.
According to Dr. Mandell, millions worldwide use them, thinking they're making a healthier choice to reduce sugar. This is especially true for those who are trying to lose weight, are diabetic, or pre-diabetic. But there are better, natural alternatives that are way healthier. Artificial sweeteners like aspartame and saccharin might seem like a good idea, but they can lead to more clogging in our arteries. Research has shown that these sweeteners can negatively impact blood sugar levels and lipid metabolism. A recent study found that a common type of artificial sweetener called sucralose is linked to an increased risk of heart disease and stroke. This was especially true for people with higher levels of sucralose in their systems. On top of that, artificial sweeteners can come with some not-so-great side effects like digestive issues, higher blood sugar levels, and an increased risk of cancer. They've also been shown to raise blood pressure and can negatively affect those who already have mood disorders. Even more concerning, studies have found that some of these sugar substitutes can mess with our gut microbiome. This means they can harm the good bacteria in our gut and allow harmful microbes to take over, leading to serious health problems. So, what's a better choice? Natural sweeteners like stevia and monk fruit don't spike your blood sugar or insulin levels, and they don't disrupt your microbiome. They can satisfy your sweet tooth without the baggage that comes with artificial options. Now let's talk about the best foods that can actually help reverse the damage and keep your arteries clear.
And the other important thing with the heart, especially to avoid that lesion in the artery, is to keep your omega-6 fatty acids very low and keep your omega-3 very, very high.
According to Dr. Eric Berg, when you think about meals that can help with this, you've got to think omega-3 fatty acids. And one of the best sources of omega-3 is wild-caught salmon. If you add salmon to your meal, you're giving your body a nice boost of those healthy fats. Omega-3s are great for your heart and help keep inflammation down in your arteries, which can even lead to lower blood pressure. Another superfood that's awesome for heart health and may even help reverse some plaque buildup in your arteries: sauerkraut. This fermented cabbage is packed with lactic acid bacteria, which is fantastic for your gut health. Believe it or not, it has about 7 times the recommended daily amount of vitamin C. This vitamin can help fight off those nasty biofilms in your arteries and act as an antioxidant to protect your blood vessels. Sauerkraut is also a great source of vitamin K2, which is essential for keeping calcium out of your arteries. Next, consider adding a big arugula salad. Arugula is a fantastic green that's better than regular lettuce. It's a cruciferous vegetable, so it's excellent for liver health. Plus, it has properties that can help lower blood sugar levels and is rich in potassium, which keeps your arteries flexible and helps maintain normal blood pressure. Don't forget to dress your salad with extra virgin olive oil. It's the real deal and has impressive anti-inflammatory benefits, and it can help regulate your blood pressure. A splash of apple cider vinegar, or balsamic vinegar, is also a great addition. The acetic acid in vinegar has properties that lower cardiovascular disease risk, regulate blood sugar, and manage cholesterol levels. If you toss in some sunflower seeds, you'll boost your vitamin E intake, which is super important for heart health. Lastly, don't forget to add garlic to your meal. Whether you use fresh, powdered, or fermented garlic, it's fantastic for heart health. Garlic can help thin the blood and lower blood pressure. Plus, it has antimicrobial and anti-biofilm properties. We often think we're making healthy choices by picking artificial sweeteners or low-fat processed foods, but it's time to rethink that. We need to be more aware of what we're putting into our bodies and focus on natural, whole foods that truly support our health. Remember, small changes can lead to big benefits for your heart and overall well-being.